I think I finally get what men mean when they say hitting the wall. I think I have hit the wall because I no longer see a reason for dating. It's pointless. I don't need any more friends. I don't have enough time for the friends I have that I actually like. I don't ever want to share my home with a man. Ever.
You could just look at this screenshot and tell that she's DEAD inside. And we all know how she got that way. Countless pump and dumps by guys that were out of her league. Not only by guys named Chad, but guys named Rick, guys named Scott, guys named Braden, and the list goes on and on. Just think about it like this. This is a moderately attractive woman. There's no reason on God's green earth that she should have problems dating. But when your dating strategy is to chase the guys who are the most likely to not give a damn about you and just see you as an option, it was written in the stars for this to be your future. Eventually they get burnt out. They really do. They get tired of dating. They get tired of getting played. And they rather just be alone and be miserable than ever settle for a guy who actually care about them. If these women ever dated a 9, they would never settle for an 8. Because they tasted a 9. Literally and figuratively. Which is extremely shallow, extremely superficial, and that's why you should never feel sorry for them.
Y'all are gross. Yeah, so I guess I've hit the wall because I don't want it.
If we're going to talk about gross, what about all the disgusting, deplorable, despicable things you let those 9s and 10s do to you in a back alley or behind a dumpster? That was really a wrong choice of words. How many cream shots did you take to the eyelids? Not only cream shots to the eyelids, but cream shots to the eyelids from men who didn't give a damn about you and never called you again, who probably don't even remember your name to this day.
That must be what they're afraid of. The moment we realize we don't want them, we don't need them, and we don't want them.
Ma'am, I don't think they care. I don't think they're sitting back looking at the stars thinking about, oh yeah, remember that 56 chick I screwed that one drunk night at the bar? I wonder, do she still want me? I don't think that's happening, man.
I may have cracked some kind of code. Okay, so you probably heard about the wall, which is a patriarchal notion that women lose their desirability and thus their value at a certain age, let's say 30. We don't lose our desirability or our value at any age. It's just harder to manipulate us when we get older. Hopefully, by the time we're older, we're wiser, we have a firmer sense of self, and we're also not afraid to be alone. Well, I see a parallel between the concept of the wall and the concept that if artists aren't successful, whatever that might mean, by a certain age, that they should give up art completely. Let's take musicians and the music industry, for example. I talked a lot on this app about how exploitative the music industry is. And record execs will tell you that they want to sign a younger artist because they want to capitalize off of their music for 10 or 15 years. But I would argue that something else is at play. Younger artists are easier to manipulate. They're still trying to figure out who they are, what their art means to them, and they also may not know the ins and outs of the music industry yet, so they're more likely to sign binding contracts.
The fuck is he talking about?
I gotta make a Bull Ring Chronicles theme song to play when these chicks come on my screen with a bull ring. Anybody listening like to do that type of stuff, please make me a Bull Ring Chronicles song with a video to go to it so I can play on my videos. Do you think for 1 minute that any of these women believe that they don't lose sexual desirability when they get older and fatter and more wrinkles? Like, do you really think any of these women believe that for real? Or are they the ones trying to manipulate us into not believing reality?
Message! Message!
Let's talk about women hitting the wall. There's men who love to scare women about hitting the wall. They do this to make women settle out of fear. Fear that they will no longer be fertile, they will no longer be attractive to men, and they will no longer be dateable.
We don't gotta scare you. You're already scared. Men don't have to encourage women to be anxious and scared about their fertility and youth. That comes natural in every woman. It comes stock. Men don't have to put any effort towards that. We're not trying to get you to settle. Please never settle. You're doing a man a favor by not settling. Because all you're going to do is ruin that man. Please be by yourself. Be strong and independent and be by yourself. We're not trying to shame you. We're just telling you reality. Keep making TikToks in your car and convince everybody that you're happy. This the side of it she won't address. Why didn't any of the guys that you dated that were 9s or 10s settle for you? They never want to bring up that side of it. You won't settle, but neither will the guys that you're attracted to the most.
Remember that?
The guys that you see as high value, why haven't they picked you yet? You've had since you were 15. Why haven't any of the guys that you saw as the bee's knees said, you know what, this is my wife right here? Because you're not wife material. And the guys you're trying to talk down to, a lot of them are husband material. But since you're not wife material, you don't see the value in them.
That their value decreases over time. I used to subscribe to this thinking like, oh, I have to settle real quick before I get left behind in the dating market.
You already done.
The thing is, attractive, desirable, kind, gentle, charismatic women will always be in demand no matter the age. If you want to have children, obviously, the younger you are, the easier it is for your body. And when you're older, there's certain considerations you have to make biology-wise. Like, I get all that.
I have daddy issues and I don't like men. I don't trust them.
Listen.
I have PTSD.
I'm kind of freaking out.
Oh yeah, a broad will always be able to find a guy. But will you be able to find a guy you respect? That's the hard part. And that's what you've struggled with for 12 years or more.
Boom. Roasted.
As someone whose career was in biology, I get all of that. Men like to say that 28 is when you hit the wall. After that, good luck getting married. You're gonna get the slim pickings of men. Let me tell you, as a woman gets older, you don't get left behind in the dating market.
Stop the cap. Confidence doesn't overcome math, people.
She's trying to convince herself at this point. She's not trying to convince us. She said the same thing twice in like 30 seconds.
You just get to date older men. Older men who are more financially able and willing to share their resources. Older men who have been trained by other women to act right. So all these young boys telling you that you're gonna hit the wall, nobody's gonna want you, they just want you to settle for them. Because they have nothing to offer you right now, and they just want to scare you. It's a fear tactic.
Why are you even still dating? If you're so great and you've been going on these dates with older men, one of them should have locked you down by now. At a certain age, dating isn't a flex. You shouldn't still be dating. If you're so great, one of these guys should have, put a ring on it by now. Because you're still on the internet in your car talking
People who have nothing to add to your life, they will scare you by the perception that something will be taken away from you if you don't include them in your life.
Okay, I got a question. What do you have to offer to the man that has so much to offer? See, these are the questions they will refuse to answer in these car broad chronicles.
That is not a desirable value proposition. You don't want to be scared into doing something. You want to be enticed into doing something. Any man who uses FOMO as a tactic to attract you, I would rather miss out on you, sir. I have seen women get married at 60 years old.
The exception to the rule is not the rule. I mean, George Foreman won the heavyweight championship in boxing at 46. That don't mean that's about to be the new norm.
To very well-off men. I know 70-year-old women who date billionaires.
I hope this camera keep going.
No, we're gonna let the camera keep rolling.
This is not, doesn't even make sense.
You just played yourself. So if a 70-year-old woman could pull a billionaire, why can't you? I would imagine you look better than a 70-year-old. I would imagine you probably have a more youthful, well, actually, you don't have a youthful personality.
You're just opening up a larger dating pool. There's something for everyone. There is a lid for every pot. Do not make life-altering decisions out of fear. You have to make them out of abundance and strategy. And never ever listen to a man on the internet, especially in the comments section of a woman's dating page.
Anything I say that scares someone off, I'm glad. Because that's one less coward to waste time. Bye-bye.
Never listen to a woman with a dating page. How about that? Never take dating advice from a woman who's failing at dating. How about that? It's sad though, man. This is another woman gone to waste. That could have been a loving mother and wife. But she's going to be holding out until she passes away for the perfect 10 to come marry her.
It's not going to happen.
That's not high-value male behavior. Because you know what the high-value males are doing? They're working.
Not fucking
They're
with you.
making sure that you have a bag to secure when they meet you. They will not devalue women because they can't step up to women's standards. And they will comment in these spaces because they cannot get female attention in real life, so they will get it from women in the comments, whether it's positive or negative. Do not reward this behavior. Just ignore them. Let them talk to themselves.
The irony. You're in your car right now talking to yourself. You're talking to a phone, idiot. People driving by are seeing you in your car alone talking to yourself.
She's going to have issues for the rest of her life.
He shouldn't say that about a woman. Why can't you say women are wrong when they're wrong?
You want to be making moves on the street, have no attachments, allow nothing to be in your life that you cannot walk out on in 30 seconds flat if you spot the heat around the corner.
Am I the most attractive girl in the world? No. But do I have a great personality? Also no. But do I wake up every morning and try and be the best person I can be? No.
It doesn't matter if she's the head of astrophysics or if she's the head of giving head on 4th and Broadway. It doesn't matter, dude. It's the same shit.
I want to build a life. I want a future. Sick of it. Tired of it.
We're saying no to coffin dates. We're saying no to buffer dates. We're saying no to walks in the park. How much money does a guy need to date you?
About like 100K. 100,000. At least 100K a month. 200,000 a month. Probably well over 400K. 500 grand at the least on the figures. Like $1 million, 2 million. But minimum, at least 6 foot. Something to be under 6 foot.
What height is too short for a guy?
Anything under 6 foot.
Okay, first of all, I didn't miss the red flags. I looked at them and thought, damn, that's sexy. And that's my problem.